Making holiday plans this summer, but soaring airfares playing a spoilsport, right? Well, if you've been on Twitter recently, you might have come across this very bitter spat between Congress General Secretary K.C. Venugopal and Aviation Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia over these very soaring airfares. So in this segment, we're going to try and answer as to why airfares are scorching hot this summer. Well, there are several factors, bear with me. The first factor, of course, is peak holiday season. This is peak holiday season. Everyone wants to vacation, so there's a lot of demand for air tickets, in fact, but the supply is limited. And that brings me to the second factor. Why is supply limited? Well, there are obviously so many airlines flying to various sectors, but if you've read the news, very recently in the month of May, Go First went bust and there have been flight cancellations. It hasn't been able to revive operations as of yet. Because of those flight cancellations, it brings down supply, but the demand continues to be extremely high. Also, when you speak of, say, sectors like Leh, Srinagar, Port Blair, there are various factors that come into play. Remember that these are airports that are operated by the Ministry of Defence, come under the Ministry of Defence. So there are factors like weather, there are factors like terrain, operational hours at these airports as well. So while you want to travel to these sectors and they are in high demand during summer vacations, supply will again be constrained and restricted. Also, what is a big factor is footfall. Footfall as far as air traffic is concerned, this has gone up over the last few years. You cannot be comparing numbers from pre-pandemic to now because numbers have gone up. In fact, data which has just been released today by the DGCA says that in the month of May, there has been an increase in passenger load by 15% over the month of April itself. So 15% jump from April to May. You can imagine in June, which is peak summer vacation time, how the numbers are going to go up. And if you compare the data from January to May 2022, and compare the data with January to May 2023, the jump has been 36%. So there has been year-on-year growth as well. So traffic is growing. Everyone wants to take flights and travel as soon as possible to their chosen holiday destinations. And this brings me to the last point, which is concerning the culture which came into play during the pandemic. So not many people were flying, so after flights were reintroduced, but in a limited way, people were still reluctant. So there were a lot of seats available. Airlines wanted to fly, but not many people were flying. So they were bringing down prices so that they could entice you into flying. So you were very used to possibly buying tickets at the last minute. So I book for tomorrow, I get cheap tickets, I fly out. That same culture persists even now. So if you're thinking you're going to book a ticket for tomorrow and fly out to a high demand sector like a Mumbai or a Bengaluru, obviously your tickets are going to cost really high, like about 20,000 to Bangalore. But if you take some time off and make some advanced booking, possibly for the next week, that price comes down by half. Even more advanced booking, clearly the prices will be within reasonable limit. Efforts are being made. The ministry has intervened in this matter. Airlines are being told to check the air price surge. Clearly, they are in a market, they are in a competitive market, they want to do business, they will continue to, of course, price tickets as they wish because there's a lot which is going in terms of running an airline. But the only advice that we could give you is that don't make last-minute bookings, don't book for tomorrow suddenly to go away on a holiday, possibly give yourself some time and your family some time, book for a week or two later, you'll get prices which are much more reasonable.
For more informative videos like this, keep watching India Today News Mo.